This is an Uppababy Cruz, and today we're going to disassemble the front frame in order to get at the wheel locking mechanism. That's this button here. When you press that button, you can then remove the front wheel as such. If you're finding that your wheel falls out, it doesn't lock in place, or you're finding that no matter how hard you press, you can't get it to lock in place, it likely means that there's something wrong with this mechanism. So, in order to disassemble and get at the parts responsible for locking the front wheels into place, you're going to need to first tip your stroller on its back, remove both front wheels, even if it's only one side you're having the problem with, and then start by removing the plates on both sides. There are surprisingly many screws involved with this process, so you're going to want to keep track of which screws go where. At least generally, like certain screws in certain areas tend to be the same sizes, but you still need to kind of pay attention. So there's one plate. In order to take these plates off, it's easiest just to pull it down from the side where the swivel locking mechanism is. Just get it right there. Okay, now there are two further screws on either side, and these screws are of different lengths. One is located inside this circular hole here. That's a very long silver screw. The second runs right down in this channel here. And that is a very small screw. Okay, do the same on the other side. One. Two. Okay, the next set of screws is the 6 in the center here. Okay, then you can turn your stroller back upright, and then you just need to pop off this panel here. And I can use a flathead screwdriver to make this process a little bit easier. Slip it underneath and pop it up. There we go. Okay, so there are two final screws. You only need to remove the one on the affected side. And then what you want to do is take your flathead screwdriver or something that you can slot right in where the axle goes and just push it up. Now, if you look inside, you can see that when you press that button, what's happening is that it's pushing this larger metal ring against that spring there, and that's how it allows the wheel to lock in place, because the wheel has this trench on the axle. I'll show you without the top on. So sliding this in, and you can see it right when it comes up against there. If I push in that button, then it pushes back and locks in against the axle in that trench. Okay. And I inadvertently also showed you the easiest way to pop that out, which is to push it up from underneath, or you can pry it up with a flathead screwdriver. You essentially need to release that spring and pull that entire piece off, and then the button just sits loose. So if you're having trouble locking the wheel in place, it generally means that this piece has become damaged or has worn down and needs to be replaced. Or that there is something that has gotten inside your mechanism, a small pebble or simply too much dirt and grime over time, and it's causing the mechanism not to snap back against the spring properly. If you're having trouble with getting the wheel in at all, it also most likely means that a pebble or something has gotten inside and is preventing this metal piece from sliding as it should. So open it up, give it a good cleaning out, and you can then lubricate it. I recommend using a thicker lubrication, either this Biral Fig or a silicone putty, or even in this case a like a multi-purpose grease you can get in car supply stores. Put it all back together, and it should work fine. Of course, if this metal piece is damaged, then you would need to replace it. And just contact Uppababy. There's a good chance they'll get it for you. Okay, I'm going to put this back together now. So spring goes on the thinner side, and then it presses right inside the back part of that button. You just got to get it all into the right place. And like this on this side. And then press that spring in so that it's flat. Then you're just going to stick this piece back in and start screwing it all back together. There we go. Central plate back on. And we're turning it back on its back. And I'm just reversing the process, screwing all these screws in place. So you don't really need to see that part of it. In any case, that's how you replace the front wheel locking mechanisms, the mechanisms responsible for locking the front wheels to your stroller on an Uppababy Cruz. We hope this video has been useful to you, and if it has been, we ask that you subscribe, as it helps us continue making videos in the future. Thank you.